Hey, good morning from Scotty Ray and Candace. Welcome. It's Thursday morning.
It is Thursday morning. It's been a hectic Thursday morning for me.
Why is that?
I literally had about 20 minutes to get my clothes on, my hair done, and my makeup on, and gather up all my stuff and get out the door. And then I had to stop and get gas this morning, so I was running behind.
So that tells me you didn't get up on time.
Well, I got up on time, but I don't know what happens with the time. It just flies by.
A little slow.
I get up and iron and then get lunch ready, all this stuff. But anyway, actually, Kurt got his lunch ready this morning. But I think I got both the same shoes on this morning. I'm not real sure.
We've warmed up 8 degrees since daylight. It was 32 when we got up. Now it is already hit 40. One of the big things that are going on this morning is the fire downtown Meridian. And let's show you where this is, of what's going on. I don't think it's a total loss at this point. As we go over here to show you, let me do this right here. Now, this is from Google, and then we'll show a video. This is where Hewlett Furniture Company is sitting. If you pull up in front of the store at that stop sign, if you were to turn right and go down this street here, this is the building right here that is on fire. And, of course, the tunnel is right back here that you go under to go toward the Village Fair Mall. But this entire block right here of all of this is on fire. An abandoned building.
Now, I was wondering, did that used to be Newell Paper Company?
It
was somewhere around in that area. It used to be, but it's not anymore.
Now, this was a paper company right here, this store here, Paul Knuckles' business, but I don't know I don't remember the name of it.
Okay.
And that could have been somewhere back down in there.
Yeah.
But it's been abandoned for quite some time, and it's been a news feature here lately of the owners have been contacted about doing something with it, but they have not. Now, let's go to a Facebook page, and this is from, let's see here, let me pull this up here. This is from Holly Lambert Wilson's page here, and let's blow this up and show you. She done video of this earlier this morning.
Goodness.
Now, this is where Hewlett Furniture Company is about right here, and this is right past it. If you'll see the smoke pouring out of that.
Yes.
So it's a lot going on there this morning. And before it's all said,
nobody was injured or hurt. Because we have homeless people that will get in buildings and stuff. So I hope there was nobody.
Most likely, that's probably what they're trying to keep warm at 32 degrees.
Yeah.
That's what I figure. But that's where the fire is this morning. And again, as Candace said, we do hope that everybody's okay in that.
I do hope so.
Thursday, keep your fingers crossed on that. We're going to get up to 66 today. It's going to be warm weather for us.
Okay.
We got rain coming in tonight, though, 100% chance. So if you got something sitting out in the yard that doesn't need to get wet, you might better go ahead and drag that in before dark 30.
Right.
We have had a few sprinkles that, it's not in the forecast, but there have been a few sprinkles this morning that popped up on radar. Let me check here. Let's look at radar real quick to make sure. It's moved in over here just to the west of Utah. It come across through here. We had a little bit here in northern Lauderdale County out by the Piggly Wiggly this morning in Collinsville, and that's moved out. So that's kind of where we are on that. No bad things.
Okay.
Let's see here. Let's say good morning to a few folks that are up and at 'em already.
Good morning, Sandy White.
Oh, Miss Joyce Godwin is up.
And Philip Creighton says that it was the old Newell Paper Company building.
That is what that is?
That is on fire, yes.
Okay, you got one up for Candace.
Yeah, I used to go there to get stuff, so I thought that's where it was.
So, again, fingers crossed on that. I don't know who owned the building or what was going on with it. But,
I don't either. I'm not real sure. I know at the very end of the building, it was a building that was falling. Like, I don't know if they'd torn part of it down or what. It was just like bricks laying,
in
crumbled.
bad shape.
Well, it was just bricks, like it had been the end had been torn off or something. So I don't know, but I hate to see our old buildings though.
History.
I just hate to see that.
I want to say that building was listed on a historic for whatever reason it was historic. I'm not quite sure.
Because the buildings, even though they're in bad condition, they're still pretty to me.
Yeah, I see that.
A lot of people go downtown and even on the bricks that's been painted and they're chipping off, and stuff. People go down there and take pictures all the time because it makes good pictures.
Beautiful senior portraits.
Yeah.
Good morning also to Dennis Robinson. He's up in Adam this morning. And also Miss Janet Andrews.
Good morning.
Now, there's a lot going on across the nation this morning. AOC, we'll talk about AOC. There's a lot of talk about she wasn't in the Capitol. Well, matter of fact, let's just go ahead and start with that. As we pull up here, this is a Fox News story. that is out there. And as we pull this up, this is the headline of it. She's facing a lot of backlash. It turns out, that she was scared for her life and she thought she was going to die.
Yeah. I heard this morning that she was not even in the Capitol building at all. They said she was like several blocks away. And what's the guy who claimed he got beat up and he didn't that time? Jesse
Smollett.
Smollett. Yeah, they're calling her A.O. Smollett.
And, the Capitol is huge, the way it's laid out. And the way she has fooled everybody, from the best of my understanding, is if you don't know the layout of that building, you wouldn't understand what she's talking about. So I guess you could word it, she was attached to the Capitol. She was in some form of it, but not where the action was. And so she stretched the truth as to how scared she was and went through this about a police officer. Have you read all of that?
No, I have not read it all. But
where the police officer beats on the door and says, "This is Capitol Police," and she thought that the Capitol Police was going to hurt her. I mean, come on,
she's
America.
Getting a little bit ridiculous.
But, she's done video after video of all of this. Go by and take a look at that when you have some time today.
Does anybody else feel like Washington is becoming a freak show?
It is.
I mean, really, seriously. It is just becoming the biggest, freak show.
Now, our next story that I bring up, I don't watch football anymore because they crossed a line, in my opinion, that really, I quit college football because they were trying to protest everything, and so was the NFL, so I've quit.
Yeah.
I do know that the Super Bowl is coming up. I don't plan on watching it. I don't really care about the ads anymore. It just is taking away my patriotism of what America is about.
Well, they stepped on a lot of toes.
They did. This headline here is not good. The USA Today is going after Tom Brady because they feel, because he was a fan of President Trump's, that he got a pass, so to speak, for white privilege. And, of course, if you read anything right now, everything about him is selling out down there. T-shirts, he's accounting for probably 3/4 of all T-shirt sales that are going on with them. He's like a gift to them. Probably has the Chiefs, I think, have a better rating to win, but he stands a chance of getting there. They're proud of him from there. But is it right for them to pick on him because he was a fan of the president?
But they're doing that to a lot of people. I mean, they're trying to, what do you call it, cancel?
Yeah.
Cancel culture that's going on. They're trying to cancel a lot of people just because of what they've said or what they believe and all that. It's just ridiculous how bad it's gotten. But, they shouldn't be able to do that.
Good morning to Linda Jane and also Miss Ann Cook for listening this morning. We thank y'all.
Miss Jan Gunn, good morning.
The next story that I want to do before we really get deep into things this morning. Now this I don't know what to think of it. I've read the story 3 to 4 times trying to get a full grip of what's fixing to come, and I don't know. I do know that when they were getting ready, when they shipped in all the National Guard, you remember they removed 12 guardsmen because they felt that they might have an allegiance to another group, so to speak. Well, this is coming out now from the Biden administration. This is on Daily Mail. You can go read the story. His defense secretary, Lloyd Austin, is going to order a stand down of our troops within the next 60 days. Now, the stand down does not say that they're literally going to make them stop or if it's going to be just a so-called stand down to address white nationalism and extremism in the ranks of our military. And the story goes on that they're going to start removing people. Now, what do they mean by removing? I don't know. And then who deems what is considered bad here? Who is going to be the judge?
It's his defense secretary, Lloyd Austin. Lloyd Austin, it says he made history when he was confirmed as the first black defense secretary.
And that's wonderful.
Now, he's going to be targeting military people to try to find out if there's white nationalists in these groups, okay? So what does that tell you?
I don't know. This is
becoming a race issue, and that's all they've ran on during the election. And that's all the agenda that they're pushing right now. And I personally am sick to death of it. I'm sick of it.
We're Americans.
Everybody is Americans. Everybody. That military is made up of black, white, of all ethnic
races.
groups. That entered into the military to support our country.
Right.
And to defend our country. I mean, they took an oath when they went in. My son is one of them that took an oath not long ago. Now, he has not even been to military training yet.
He'll go off to basic training.
Right. He'll go off to basic training. Now, I'm very proud that he joined the military. I'm
absolutely.
proud of our military. I am not proud of the people that's going to be like
in charge of it, so to speak.
Yeah, above the commander-in-chief. I'm just not.
What we don't know is, like, if this has anything to do, if you're a member of a group on Facebook that they deem, we don't know.
Yeah.
So, and more of this should come out over the next few weeks, but that's one of the headline stories that is out across America today. So watch that, keep that in the back of your mind. Who's going to be, does it destroy somebody's military career that they deem bad? We don't know. Do they lose their retirement?
I have black friends. I have all different color friends. I love every one of them. I am sick and tired of people just targeting like people, and that's exactly what they're doing.
That's what it sounds like.
They are targeting conservative people. They're targeting Republican people. Anybody that don't agree with them, they're targeted them. They're trying to remove them. They're trying to shut them up and take their voice. I got news for you. You're going to have a hard time taking my voice. You can take me anywhere, but I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
I understand.
We gonna move on.
That's a few of the things.
I'm tired. It burns me up. I mean, it really does, Scotty Ray.
I get that, but watch that story because I don't know where it's going. This could be, maybe it's nothing. Let's hope that.
I hope it's nothing, but I just think that when you keep on keeping on and keeping on, it's just stirring the pot.
It makes relations worse.
And that is exactly what they are wanting. They want chaos. They want chaos. Obviously, they do. They don't want peace.
No, they don't.
They don't want peace. People in this country, I mean, there's a lot of bad people in this country. I'm going to say that. There is a lot of bad. But there's a lot more good, I want to believe, than there is bad. And I just feel like they're trying to stir the pot.
Yep. I agree with you 100% on that.
They're trying to separate, just cause
division.
chaos and division.
Division
That's exactly what they're doing.
So we'll let you know as we hear more about that. But watch those headlines that are out there. Also this morning we're going to tell you about a hero mom that gave her life for her family. Plus, NewsMax, have they crossed the line? We'll get to that story here in just a little bit, to where they just walk out on somebody. So that's up and coming this morning. Don't run off on that, because we'll tell you more about that. Let's see some of the things that started this day off. It was 1789. One of our favorites, George Washington, was elected president on this date. And he was president of all the United States.
Yes, he was.
And nowadays, as sad as we say, buildings being renamed, taken down, portraits being removed of our first leader, George Washington.
Right.
It was 1861 on this date that Montgomery, Alabama was where everybody was meeting today to form the Confederacy. They had had enough, and they drew back and met in Montgomery, Alabama, and formed. A few days later, Jefferson Davis was elected president of the Southern states. It was 1913. No, that year is she was born. Yeah.
Yes, Rosa Parks.
I was trying to get my dates right. I was thinking, well, that don't sound right. She was born on this date in February of 13. And, of course, we all know she was rode that bus there in Montgomery some years later. Let's see here. I didn't even realize this had happened, Candace. I just thought it was a part of the company all the time.
Ford buys Lincoln.
Yeah. Become their luxury line to go up against Cadillac at the time.
Okay.
So
I didn't realize that either, but I don't know that much about. I like to look at old cars, but as far as the history of them, I don't know that much.
And if you go back and watch How America Was Made, those series are really, really. I enjoy all of that.
Yeah.
How we were put together. Charles Limbaugh was. Did I pronounce that right? No, that's spelled wrong. Yeah. The Limbaugh. How do you spell it? Limbaugh? The
Limbaugh.
Yeah.
Like Rush Limbaugh?
Well, I think it's spelled different. I always pronounced it that way.
Oh, I don't know.
Lindbergh.
Yeah. Okay.
Lindbergh. Charles Lindbergh. Of course, his baby, was the big thing that was kidnapped. And I don't think they ever found that child.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me.
Gosh, I got choked. I'm sorry. Yeah, I remember hearing about that like years ago, one of those stories that we read about.
Now that I got his name right, Lindbergh.
Gosh.
1938, Snow White came out on this date. Big Snow White fan?
I watched, the cartoon when I was little, and my kids all watched the cartoon. Yeah, so
Okay, just making sure.
all the different dwarves.
Making sure you liked it.
Yeah.
1942. This was not my favorite, but a lot of
Yeah.
people like this guy. Alice Cooper was born on this date. Can't tell you one song that he's ever sang.
Alice Cooper. He's the one. Is he the one that bit the head off of
I think so.
a rat or something?
Or was that the guy
or
from
a bat
Kiss?
or something? Maybe that was the Kiss guy.
One of them two done something strange like that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Wasn't it called like the Bat Out of Hell? And he
Yeah, bit
on
the
stage.
head off of it.
Yeah, you got
What
issues.
was the other one that had a show of his own and all that? What was his name?
Rock and roll.
He was a Kiss.
Oh,
guy.
Gene Simmons.
Yeah, Gene Simmons. It wasn't him, was it? that bit the head
Yeah, I
off of
don't
the
doubt
bat.
it. Because he got removed from Fox News not long ago. He could no longer go in the building.
Really?
He just, after he got through with his interview, he started walking around, going through offices and busted up in a big meeting that he had no business in, and they removed him from the building permanently. No one can interview him anymore. Ooh, good morning to Sarah Martin. She's watching from Causeyville this morning.
Good morning.
Hope everything's good in Causeyville. Everybody's getting up, going out there.
Yeah.
Now, we brought up this guy yesterday, but today is his birthday, so we'll mention him again.
Clint Black. Today is his birthday, so he was born in 1962. So
Yeah.
what would that make?
He's
him?
right at 60, isn't he?
He would be,
Is that right?
what, 58?
59.
59.
59. If I was never great at mathematics from the
Me
top of my
either.
head. Hit the wrong button there. Sorry about that. So anyway, he's having a birthday as well. It was 1962 that the very first helicopter was shot down in Nam. And I didn't get the details of if there was loss of life or not, if it was just shot down. But that
Yeah.
began a very, very bloody battle for our boys, and a lot of lives were lost.
Yeah, I cannot imagine.
It was 1963 that Patsy Cline went into the studio. This was the first day of a recording session that would be her last. And Crazy Arms was one of Blue Moon of Kentucky.
She's my favorite. She's my favorite of the old country
Is it?
stars. I love singing Patsy. My friends can attest to that.
And of course, she went down with Hawkshaw Hawkins and a few others on that
Yes.
airplane. It ended in tragedy as well.
It was awful. I watched a movie, and it told about her life and stuff, and it was bad.
Her and Loretta were tight. And of
They
course,
were. They were.
Was her husband abusive? Which one of them was it that?
Patsy Cline's, I think her husband was.
No.
He was not good to her there, for a long time. I think he drank real bad and stuff like that. Yeah.
I remember watching the movie, but I don't remember all the details about her. Bless her heart. Did you ever sing this song in talent shows?
No, I did not.
But
I've
boy,
heard it 100 times.
and of course it came back big when they did Top Gun and included that. You never close your eyes.
Yeah. When they're around the piano and stuff. Yeah.
1965, it was the #1 song across America, and it's still loved today. People still love that song. 1973, as we move a few years forward, Charlie Rich is #1 with What Goes On Behind Closed Doors. We would
right.
later find out that he really liked drugs and stuff, and he's probably high when he sang that. 1978, boy, this changed America. I didn't even listen to this, and I knew what the song was.
Yeah.
Staying Alive. Well, is that
Yeah.
the one that started out, you can tell by the way I move, I'm a woman's man?
You can tell by the yeah. Use my walk. I'm a woman's man.
Yeah,
no
that's
time
it.
to talk. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
But, and of course, you really look at John Travolta, and he has been in a lot of movies that really, Urban Cowboy. This one, Staying Alive, it really, Saturday Night Fever was it?
Yeah, Beaver.
Where it really shaped America.
Yeah, I remember the album. I want to say it was to this, or maybe it was the Urban Cowboy one or something.
I can tell you about Urban Cowboy. What you want to know about it?
There was an album that had like several pages in it with pictures in it, and from the movie and stuff. Do you remember that?
I guess it's possible, but
I want to say there was another one, a big album cover too, and you could open it up, and it had pages in it too with this Staying Alive. I'm not sure.
okay, Sandy White must really be an Alice Cooper fan.
Okay. It
Alice-
says Ozzy Osbourne bit the head off. Okay.
Aren't they all the same?
They all crazy.
I don't even know what Ozzy, but I've heard the name.
Okay.
And then 1989, Poison. Okay, I don't see.
I wasn't a big, I wasn't a big hard, heavy metal, whatever you call it, fan.
Yeah, and a lot of those guys, I can remember in high school, somebody showing me a picture of, was it Cinderella? Wasn't that a group? I
Yeah.
thought they were women because they had, long hair, and I thought, boy, you.
Yeah. I mean, I probably had some hair that looked like the hair band looking, big hair, permed hair, probably, but.
And that was back in the day, and because there was the people that were really into that. They had this where the Coke machines were. That was the smoking section, and you could always hear a jukebox over there, somebody playing and smoking and listening to that stuff. I remember as a kid.
Yeah.
Can you believe, looking back, that back then, if you had a note from your parents, you could smoke at school?
I know. I remember people out in the parking lot, smoking.
But we also got to have our gun racks in our trucks
Oh,
back
yeah.
then too.
I mean, it was nothing for the guys to pull up in the parking lot and have their gun in the back of the window.
Okay, Sandy White just really shocked me.
What?
She says that Alice Cooper is now a preacher.
Really?
Whoa! Well, congrats to him. I did not know
good.
that.
That's good. Huh?
That's interesting.
Yeah, I like the Eagles too.
Oh my gosh, the Eagles.
I love the Eagles. I had the Eagles cassette tape in my car years ago.
Have you ever heard
I didn't have a CD player.
Did you like your Lion Eyes?
You Can't Hide Your Line?
Yeah.
I liked all their stuff.
I forget which one of those two that shared the vocals, but they
Hotel California, that's a twisted kind of song, but
It's
I
twisted.
still like the beat.
But they were in a
to it.
bar, and it was
Yeah.
a woman at the bar getting a drink from a guy, and he made the comment. He goes, "Gosh, look at those lion eyes," and that's where the song came from.
Okay.
And of course, standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona.
Yeah.
Such a fine sight to see.
I love the Eagles. You can't beat the Eagles now.
We got to get some. We're going to have Britt or somebody come in that can sing one day because I
Yeah.
can't do that. Oh boy, let's see here. What else we got? Was it fact check me? I think you're right. Sandy. All right, let's see what else we got going on today. Let's see. We got past John Travolta, and I was not a big Carpenter, but this group, people really identified with them. Karen Carpenter passed away, and it was probably one of the first times in America that it was publicized about somebody who had that eating disorder.
She did. She
and-
had anorexia, I think,
Yeah.
didn't she, or something? Maybe it was bulimia or anorexia.
Anorexia struggled with it, and I don't think that had ever been really addressed publicly in America before that.
Yeah.
And,
and it's so sad because, people who suffer with that, they literally think that they
Overweight.
They literally, they could look in a mirror and see themselves, and they think that they're overweight.
And then a lot of those always stick their hand down their throat to get rid of anything they eat. And
yeah, it's an awful disease.
it'd have to be. So help somebody. I hear JJ somewhere. My dog is a loose in the studio. I don't know where. I heard him scratching it. So, I know what he's doing. He's at the door, knocking on the door is what that was, wanting in.
Oh.
He gets upset when he doesn't get to stay in here. Now, I have never listened to anything this guy done. He was very flamboyant, not my type, but he was a hit. He was very rich for what he did. Liberace died upon this date. He was born in 1919. And it's hard to believe. That was when I graduated in 87 that he passed away.
Okay. I didn't graduate till 92.
Yeah, it says he died of AIDS there. I'd forgotten all that about him.
Yeah, I did too.
I do remember this, though. It was 1991, and Alabama was #1 on the radio with Down Home.
Where they know you by name and they treat you like family.
Yep, that's it.
Yep.
Candace on a roll today, knowing a few things.
Yeah, old country, I can kind of,
I didn't get caught onto this probably until about 07, I think, is the first time I started seeing this. But today is when Facebook was launched back in 2004.
Okay.
And
Some people say that's a great thing, and some say maybe,
yeah,
I don't know.
it's got its
but
good.
It's good and bad, I guess.
Yeah,
in
we
some
wouldn't be.
senses,
Yeah,
so,
we wouldn't be sitting here if
That's right.
it didn't exist.
Yeah, it's good. It is. People sometimes tend to use it wrong. So. But,
And whatever become of MySpace? Is that like?
I know.
Is that gone?
I guess it
Because
is.
that was
I don't know.
even mentioned in one of Brad Paisley's songs years
I
ago.
don't think I ever got on that. Like I didn't do anything until Facebook.
Yeah.
So I didn't.
I want to say me and Debbie had an account, but I guess it's still out there somewhere. I wouldn't know how to use it.
I don't even know if that. I guess it still exists. I don't know.
Could have gone by the wayside. I wouldn't want any
I don't
stock
know.
in it. I doubt
Yeah.
it's doing too well. As we move to some Mississippi news, Tate has extended the Mississippi mask mandate for 75 of the 82 counties until March the 5th.
I guess it's just going to keep going until everything kind of dies down.
This is going to be a year-long progress. So be ready for that. It's not ending anytime soon.
I went in a store this morning when I had to go get gas, and I ran in there and got a drink.
What happened?
I was kind of wondering if the masks were still in force because, I mean, just about everybody in there didn't have one on.
Well, it depends on where you go as to where it's pushed on. Any retail store, they're really pushing that hard.
Yeah.
And then other places just aren't fooling with it. I was trying to find. It made me think of a story, and I was looking.
Look, there's the guy the Marilyn Manson guy.
Yeah, I'll pull this up.
Is that not freaky looking? Ooh.
They've raided his home. I think it was this morning. We watched that story. That lady had accused him of sexual abuse, and it turns out 11 other women have also accused him of that, and they've raided his home. Now, he's one of his ex-wives is saying he never mistreated her. But there was a story in Alabama, and I don't know if I can find it now, this morning that come out of a father that passed away from the virus from another country.
Oh, really?
And they were saying that this strand could get worse. I'll have to dig for that. But
It was in Alabama?
yeah, it was an Alabama father.
Goodness.
And I'll have to hunt for that and see if I can find it, because it's an interesting story, that being so close to us. And I was looking down here to see, I don't have that listed there, but I'll try to find that story and pull that back up before we get off, and so we could share that that's serious. I don't know. Yeah, I don't see that story now. Well, if you don't catch him,
So he was from another country, or he
No.
was from Alabama but went to another country? Or?
the headline said an Alabama father passes away from some COVID strand from another country.
Oh, okay, from another country, yeah.
Yeah, so I think he just got it here, but what it was reinforcing was there's strands coming from other countries
I knew
into
there
us.
was a South Africa one and one from
And it may be the South
the
Africa
UK
one.
maybe, or something. There was a different one.
UK definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd heard that it was going to be like 50% more likely to infect people than the other one.
And that's what we said. These mask mandates are going to continue.
Yeah.
I was going to see if I could Google search that one. Alabama father.
It just seems like, you'd think it would be getting better, and at times it seems like it is, and then all of a sudden there's another big swarm of people getting sick again.
Yeah, here's the story. Let me get this pulled up. It's the UK virus here. The
Super COVID.
And that's Alabama. So that is extremely close. And they're saying here infects more than 500. It's spread to 33 states so far.
It said that it will become the dominant strain by next month.
So
that will be the strain going around mostly, rather than what we've been dealing with.
And then there's the father there who passed away from it. Passed away on Tuesday night. So that was a couple of days ago. So watch
sad.
And it does bring up, is this vaccine, does it block this? We don't know.
They don't know, I don't think. I think they're in hopes that it does, but they don't 100% know.
That's scary.
Yeah. And then I don't know. I don't think they 100% know how long the vaccine is supposed to, once you get it, it's supposed to protect you from the virus. I don't think they know that. I think it's just a trial and error thing, really.
It is.
A wait and see, and
but that's sad, and really something to watch over the next few
Prayers
days
for his family and his sweet babies. That is so sad.
And Candace Fuller says that gentleman was 35 years old that passed away.
Goodness.
Wow. So keep that in mind as prayers, really and truly, because if that hits America, do you realize how? Ooh.
Yeah. Well, it's hit America. It's hit. It's. They said 500 Americans have been diagnosed with it. So it's just bound to spread.
And then it also makes you wonder, because when we were finding out how this stuff spread, will this stuff be worse? Will it stay on counters, or if someone sneezes, will it be worse?
I don't know the difference in it. I wish they could give
some explanations.
I wish they could give us the differences in it. Like, how is it worse? Is it, what makes it, the symptoms, are they worse? Are they any different from what we've been dealing with? I mean, because we kind of need to know that.
Yeah, we do.
So if you start showing symptoms, I mean, are we thinking we just got a cold? Or
Yeah.
That's the thing, is it's just so many unknowns, It's just
There
scary.
is. This coming out of Mississippi, they have not released the names and locations of the store yet, but some Walmarts in Mississippi will start giving out the vaccine. They only have 6,000 vials of it, and approximately 30 stores will do it. They have not again released where they will be, but it will begin on February 12th is when it will start. As soon as that gets out, we'll post that if you hadn't gotten yours yet. I have not gotten a shot yet.
I haven't either.
And, I was leaning toward, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And then you hear some more and you go,
I think what kind of makes me question is, like, a lot of people are having, like, harsh symptoms. I mean, or harsh side effects, I should say.
Yeah.
After they get it. Some people, it doesn't bother them at all. And then some people are having, like, a little bit harsher symptoms. Like, if you've had the virus and it's been, hasn't been that long ago, I want to say maybe somebody had said that you need to wait
at least 90 days.
At least 90 days before you get the vaccine, because your body still has those antibodies. And
I've heard that several times.
yeah, so
And again, I'm no doctor.
Yeah. Right, we're not doctors.
We're
we're
just
just trying
hearsay.
to relay what we know and that we've heard.
Showdown at the Capitol last night ended differently. The Democrats wanted, and I think I pronounced her name right, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's from Georgia. They wanted her gone, her stripped of all of her commissions. That did not happen. McCarthy come out and he gave a speech after they had met and said that the things that she done that they're accusing of, she said them before she became a senator. So that should not go against her. He said if you use that against her, everybody else should also be stripped of their titles. Well, now, there's others who have done that after they become senators. Maxine Walters.
Yeah. I mean,
Or
there's
Waters.
a lot of them. Well, even Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
So
she's not going to be messed with. She's staying right where he said the people of Georgia voted her in. She's there to stay.
Well, some of the stuff they said she said was crazy to me, like some kind of a Jewish laser was shot down from.
Now she was
and
into.
said that it caused the California fires. I mean that's kind of odd.
She is
to
a
me.
conspiracy theorist to a degree. I have not gone back and watched anything on her Facebook page.
I watched her last night. She said she did not say that. She said, I've never even heard of a Jewish laser. I don't know what they're talking about.
Right.
People will make up some stuff now.
Absolutely.
So, I mean,
and they
to
can
make
take
you look bad.
part of what they hear and twist it a different way.
Right. For their
This one almost, well, no, it didn't. I was going to say it almost shocked me that she stayed, but at the end, when you look at the big picture, no, it's not a shocker. Liz Cheney will keep her position as third in power in the Republican Party, even though she voted against Donald Trump.
I don't agree that she should have voted. She shouldn't have voted against Trump.
McCarthy says they're strong. They're going to win back the House in the next 2 years. I'm not so sure with things of this nature.
Yeah.
We'll see. Voters, I think she comes up in 22. We'll see what the voters think of her. This is a first for country music as far as a mainstream. It was revealed yesterday that Brothers Osborne, one of the lead singers of it, TJ, has come out and said he's gay. Now this, if you'll remember, Ty Herndon's career was over when that come out with Ty. Of course, no one at the time really knew what he was going to sing at a policeman's get-together in Dallas. Next thing you hear, he's been arrested. They don't tell why. He's soliciting sex, and he had approached a police officer that night and propositioned him.
Okay.
He was arrested. Billy Gilman, you remember that song that just would not go away? One Voice.
Yeah.
We hadn't heard from him since he was gay. And also Shelley Wright.
Yeah, I remember when she came out.
Single White Female was her song. So that's what's going on in country music today. Rolling Stone reporting that he did that in an interview. Let's see. Canada, I didn't see this coming, has labeled the Proud Boys as a terrorist group. Now, I don't think in America that has happened yet. There's a lot of organizations that probably could fall under that. But the Proud Boys now are listed as a terrorist group in Canada. So take note of that. Because I've known some people that were, that were members that don't think, they rode motorcycles. I don't think they were bad people in any way. But That's becoming the new label for the Proud Boys.
Now, were they the ones that went in Nancy Pelosi's office and propped up their feet and stuff like that?
Well, I'm not sure that guy was really a member of that.
Okay.
I don't know if he was separate. No, they were there at the Capitol.
Yeah.
They were absolutely. Did some of them go in the Capitol? Yes, they did. But I'm not sure that the guy with the bullhorns and the guy that took if they were actual members of it. They could be. I may not know. So, if you have GameStop stock, well, that's a tongue twister. It's falling. It has dropped 70% so far.
That is so crazy, isn't it? I mean, just the other day it was way up.
Yeah. Now, I saw where a kid that was like 15 or 16 years old had invested in it. He got his money out before, and he took part of his winnings and went and bought Nintendo games for a children's hospital.
Oh,
that was a good deed out of that.
That was.
So that's happening to GameStop. Now, this is the story, and we'll play you the video of this in a second. A lot of folks are hugely upset. If you'll notice, here's the guy. This is the interview where it's going on, and he just gets up and walks out. Let's flip back over here and see if I can find that video.
Well, I mean, because, NewsMax, I thought, was the go-to channel.
Yeah, it was.
For more conservative, people who watch them. It's not just for conservatives, but.
All right, here is, let's pull this up here. Here's the video, and we may have to fast forward it some because it
So what happened? What happened with your Twitter account and the company page?
Well, first mine was taken down because we have all the election fraud with these Dominion machines. We have 100% proof. And then when they took it down about 3 weeks ago, and then I'm going to put it back up. My personal, it was a
Mike, thank you very much. Mike, you're talking about machines that we at NewsMax have not been able to verify any of those kinds of allegations. We just want to let people know that there's nothing substantive that we've seen. And let me read you something there. While there were some clear evidence of some cases of vote fraud and election irregularities, the election results in every state were certified, and NewsMax accepts the results as legal and final. The courts have also supported that view. So we wanted to talk to you about canceling culture, if you will. We don't want to relitigate the allegations that you're making, Mike, because we understand where you are. So let me ask you this.
They've got his mic turned way down.
Yeah, well, you couldn't hear
him. It appears to be permanent.
Now, he's getting ready to get up and walk out of this.
What?
Yeah, he didn't hear me.
Could you make an argument that this could be a temporary banning rather than permanent?
No, I want it to be a permanent because you know what? They did this because I'm revealing all the evidence on Friday of all the election.
I don't know what he's got coming out on Friday.
Yeah.
That he's going to release, but he has said this numerous times that he is going to have something on Friday.
Can we get out of here, please?
Here it goes.
I don't want to have to keep going over this.
Actually,
we at NewsMax have not been able to verify any of those allegations that you're...
Mike, hold on a second. Everybody hold on a second. Mike, hold on 1 second. Let's talk a little bit about just what is...
And we're just going to go ahead and call that guy a jerk. And
I mean, he talked the whole time. He didn't even give the guy a you couldn't even hear him over him. I mean,
right.
I don't even know what he said. Mike Lindell. I don't even know what he said.
Mike has a lot of supporters, and people not agreeing with what Newsmax did there. Will this be the thing that really takes them down for what they've done? Will they take action against that reporter?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been hush-hush since that went down on what the network is doing to fix it.
I had not seen that until now. It is like a never-ending craziness.
Oh, it is.
Going on. It's never-ending, and it's just like, it's kind of like, this is what it seems like to me. I'm going to use, like, the people who have all this information about any kind of fraud or anything that could put any kind of damper on anything that the Democrats have done, It's like they're drowning in the water, and they keep trying to come up for air to say, help me, or we know this, or whatever, and they just keep pushing them back down.
Well, Rush pointed out this week that, I forget who it was, Newsweek or Washington, I think maybe it was the Washington Post. Don't hold me to it being the right one, but they brought up a story from Christmas about Donald Trump, and he goes, wait a minute, he's not the president now. Why are you bringing up something from December, when you've got a new president you should be focusing on, leave him alone. And he's right. They just didn't have anything to complain about that day, so they had to put the attention back to December. Wow. But, I think I like Mike. I think he tries hard.
him.
There's been a lot of stores that have dumped his product that are not carrying it now because he made a stand and goes, wait a minute, this is what I believe, and I got proof. And that's tomorrow that supposedly he has something coming out. We'll see what happens with that.
There's a lot of people who are going to take that. They're going to be aimed,
Yeah, Linda Jane says it's like a soap opera every day out of Washington.
It is, but I mean, it's just like being a Christian or standing up for what you believe. If you believe in God, I mean, they try to shut you up.
Oh, well,
they try to shut you up. You're going to be, faced with all kind of trials, and you better be ready to stand up. And it's the same way on your beliefs about your morals or anything like this,
Which ties into this. Do you remember this from the Capitol? It was a Catholic priest who went there, and I don't think he didn't go in or anything, and he didn't say that he was a Trump supporter. I don't think he did. What he said was he did an exorcism on the Capitol, and they're supposed to get rid of him because he was there. Is that wrong? Is the church doing this man up because he was there and said he'd done an exorcism?
Well, I watched a Catholic preach on Fox one day. They had him on there, and because it was when Biden was talking about, he was a devout Catholic, and but he was for the abortion.
How can
stuff.
you be?
And this priest said, "We do not represent what he is saying. I mean, we don't agree with that, and you can't say this and be this. You just, it doesn't go hand in hand." So. I mean, he was that. I don't know that they've tried to get rid of him.
Right.
So.
Candace Fuller made a good point there. She says they tried to get rid of Trump from the get-go. He cannot even breathe right.
Well, I think Trump put a kink in their little plan from the get-go.
Oh,
I think
boy.
the plan was to put Hillary in there, and I believe in my heart that Barack Obama is behind a bunch of this.
Oh, of course he is.
I think
Can we prove that? No. But do we think
can't prove it, I guess, but I just think he is. I just think that he's there. I don't think that Biden is fully running the show up there.
No. I don't know who's fully behind him, but he ain't running the show. We all know that as Americans.
But I just every day, those executive orders,
and they're not stopping
every day. But this stuff with the military's got me burned up. I'm just gonna tell you, that does.
We get that. I can tell Harold Dandruff was stirred up so much over here.
It's ridiculous.
It was like a snowstorm.
It is ridiculous, and it's a shame. It's such a shame. I mean, this is the people who are there to protect. Let's get into the beliefs of all these people that are running the White House now. I'd love to get into their mind and pick their brain and find out what exactly is going on. Because, I mean, like I said earlier, it's like a freak show.
What you'd find out is me. They're all out for themselves.
Right. It's crazy.
It has left the day when American people go there and try to serve the American people. And you have to give Ted Cruz kudos. He did introduce term limits. It's been talked about for years, but nobody ever does it. Now, is there a snowball's chance that will get anywhere? No. But Ted can say, hey, I tried to introduce them. They're not going to do anything with it.
Yeah.
We'll see. Now, the same thing when we get our judges and things that go in that protect our land, there ought to be something to where frivolous lawsuits are thrown out. I deem this, that I don't know all the details, but it sure smells bad of looking at this. Taylor Swift, I don't agree with her political views, but I don't think she's got a right to be sued because one of her songs is the same name as a theme park, and they say that's causing them problems with their website.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Y'all work it out amongst yourselves. It's not worth suing somebody over. But that's in the news. Sad and respectful all at the same moment as a Capitol Police officer was laid to rest yesterday. He stayed respect there at the Rotunda and then moved to Arlington, the most hallowed ground in America.
Now, is he the one that was hit with it was hit in the head or something?
I think with the fire extinguisher. And then he later passed away from that.
That's awful.
Horrible, how awful there. And one day one of them's going to figure out, oh, wait a minute, Arlington belonged to Robert E. Lee. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
There's so many that don't know history and what that was, at home taken away from him. Maybe they'll figure that out one day. Now, on to our next story, and it's cute. I'll give it that. John Travolta, and they're saying this is probably the runaway ad from the upcoming Super Bowl. This is his daughter, Emma, right here in this picture. Over here is where they did this dance at the high school gym of the. Can you do the grease dance? Let's.
I probably could. But
let's pull this up now. The people that are in this ad: Martha Stewart, Kyle Busch, Carl Weathers. He was in all the Rocky shows. I don't know who Leslie David Balker is, and Emma Lovewell. She is supposedly a fitness guru that is in the video. But I thought we would play the video for you to see if you think it's really all that. It's for a long commercial. And here it is. This is John Travolta. And let's hit this beautiful bean footage.
Your dreams. Hey, Travoltas, don't be tickety-talking on my grass.
Feeling blessed, never stressed.
So.
The backyard. It's
Here's
had
the
quite a
whole thing.
year. I say, let's keep this backyard thing going. That's why Scotts and Miracle Grow want to give you a chance to win the lawn and garden of your dreams.
Like mine. You know, just not better than mine.
Like mine, where you can work on your short game.
Like mine.
Oh, it's a little close. Oh!
It only turns left.
Come on, Leslie, crush your core.
I don't crush, Emma.
Dad, it's the red one.
I know.
The other red one.
I know. Feeling good, like I should.
We still got it.
So text me now and win the lawn and garden.
So what do you think? Is it a good thing? It's hip hop now instead of the song from Grease, but they do a little dance.
I mean, it's kind of cute, you know. So.
But did you know the fitness guru?
No, I didn't know that one, and I didn't know
The guy flipping the burgers?
But he looks familiar.
He does?
He was in something. I don't know what he was in. He was in something. What was he?
I don't know because I don't recognize him. And then Carl Weathers, of course, he was Rocky.
Yeah, maybe he was in one of the Eddie Murphy movies or something.
Possibly.
The one flipping the burgers or something. Barbershop movies or something.
Maybe so.
Yeah, something.
I'd have to Google all that to find out. Okay. But that is the commercial that is so far is blowing Dolly away. It's getting a whole lot more press than Dolly. Dolly's is getting horrible press from hers. So.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
So, all right, let's see what else we got going on here. As we got our next news story, let me find that, Candace. Let's see here. You remember the story of the guy from Saved by the Bell?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I bring this up. In his final moments, he was scared and pain and didn't want to die. He was released from the hospital, and I didn't realize this, taken home for hospice. As they're rolling him in the house, he dies in the front door. They're not even sure that he wasn't dead in the ambulance on the ride home.
Oh, goodness.
But after they rolled him in the home and they went in there to check on him to roll him to his room, he had passed away. Mm. And I bring all this, of course, death scares so many people. Yeah. It does because you don't know what to expect. But there is a way out of this, and that's to be saved by Jesus Christ. Mm-hmm. And you won't have that fear. Death would just be your next step to something wonderful. Mm-hmm. Pick up a book today. Go visit a church and find out how you won't be scared at the end of what's coming because it really is something better for us.
Yeah, that is a scary thing, though, to a lot of people. You know. I used to be really scared about it when I would think about it. And now I'm just, I think what I think about most is just leaving my kids. Yeah. And leaving the ones that I love and stuff. That would just, I don't know. But I don't think I'm scared to die if something happens.
My whole outlook on everything 1 year ago changed. Mm-hmm. Of course, I had a major heart attack. I ended up having the quadruple bypass is what I had. Mm-hmm. And when I got taken to the hospital, there was one doctor left, Dr. Gear. There was no other ones in Meridian. So I had to sit in a room for 7 days because there was nobody to do it. And they wouldn't let me come home because they thought I was going to die. Mm-hmm. So they put me up there where the nurses could come by and say hi, and I could eat some more of those awful green beans. Oh, my gosh. I can pass Anderson Hospital at this moment and smell green beans, and I want to turn the other way. But the staff was so good to me. Mm-hmm. And I had a week there to think, and of course I was saved to begin with. Yeah. But when you really have a week to sit there and think I'm going to die, that I'm going to have the surgery, and I may not come out of it, it really changes you. Yeah. I am not scared of death one iota.
It puts a lot of stuff into perspective.
Oh yeah, people get mad over that stuff don't matter. Like deer hunting, I'm telling you, I've hunted with people in the past who get so bent out of shape. Get over it. If tomorrow's going to come without those little bitty things, just make sure that you're saved and that you will have a better life. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Maybe that'll help somebody.
Because Because we've all done stuff that we ain't proud of in the
Oh,
past.
yeah. I'm a sinner, you're a sinner.
I mean, you know, all of us, and lost our temper and done stuff that probably embarrassed about, you know, stuff like that. But you can change, and you can do the right thing and become saved. And
Absolutely.
So, you know.
Don't give up.
That's right.
And as long as there's
Don't mean you're perfect, because ain't nobody perfect.
Even
Nobody.
after you're saved, you're still going to sin. But so long as there's breath still left in your body, you also can go to that great place. Just saying.
Yeah.
In other news this morning, you know, I don't keep up with Phil Collins, but I remember who he was.
Yeah.
His son has been arrested and charged with possession of cocaine. Always proven innocent. You're innocent until proven guilty. But it looks like they may have some goods on him there. So he's in 41. I didn't know he had a son that old.
I didn't realize that either. He kind of favors his daddy in the face a little bit.
Yeah.
That's sad. Drugs, horrible thing. It's just a horrible thing when they get a hold of people and ruin their lives.
There's no one that agrees with a Nazi flag. Absolutely not. But you do not have any business if somebody's got something going on to their property and tearing up their stuff. This next story leads to that. She got shot. This young girl is at a party next door to this guy who has he has 2 Nazi flags flying in his yard. She probably had 1 or 2 drinks.
I was going to say, I bet there was some alcohol involved.
And decided that, hey, I'm going to go get that out of his yard.
Yeah.
She does go get it. He shoots her 4 times in the back for trespassing, and he comes up with this long list. She sued him for $75,000 in damages. She was wrong to go in his yard. He was wrong to shoot her over that.
4 times.
4 times with an AR.
Oh, gosh.
We'll see where that ends.
Yeah, that ain't looking too good either for,
No.
you know.
Bad. Now, let's talk about traveling abroad. Mexico, you always hear a lot of people say, I'm going to Mexico for vacation. It's beautiful down there. It may be, but it ain't the place to go because they don't operate their country like the United States. Do y'all remember the story that we brought you last week of the 19 people that were massacred and they didn't know what happened? Well, guess what? Look who did it.
The police.
You don't fool around in Mexico. They're all tied to cartels, the cartel down there. And if you make the family that we brought up that was murdered by accident because they thought they were somebody else.
Yeah, talking about the ones that were going to a wedding or something down in Mexico. Yeah, it was like a whole car full of, it was babies and all. It was
watch the movie Man on Fire with Denzel Washington. It really goes into what happens below the border there and who all is paid off, and it is. So when you go abroad, I'm just saying, watch your back. It ain't always the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Our next story, boy, this is so twisted. And
this is like a Lifetime movie.
And it probably will be. A mom has given her life for her daughter. What happened was her brother, the mom's brother, raped her daughter, is the way I understand this. She was going to testify against him in court. He hires hitman to kill the niece. She hides her daughter, and she pretends to be her daughter in the home. Her best friend is over with her. The hitman come, and they kill the mother and her best friend in the home. That is so sad. I've got the headline here. Let's go over and see if I can find that here. Mom, here it is. Hero mom. Here's the story from the headlines of this. She was shot dead while trying to protect her daughter.
That is awful.
How does uncle number one, this is the uncle, this is the mom that passed away here.
It's her brother?
Yeah, her brother did that. He'll be going to jail. Here's the 2 that he hired to do it. They have also been caught. This was in Louisiana.
How old was the girl her daughter? Do you know?
Underage. She was not. She was a minor. I don't know whether it was
under 18.
Yeah, I don't know the exact age, and I'm sure the story has got it here. But the mom was 34. The killers were 25 and 22. Her brother was, I think, 35 years old. And I was trying to catch an age of the daughter, and it really doesn't say.
Yeah.
But that's in Louisiana. That's really close to us, and that is a Lifetime movie.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
But that goes to show the love that a parent has for a child to go that extra mile. So, whew, that's and it's sad all at the same time.
I mean, there's no limit to what crazy people will do.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And Candace Fuller said there's some sick people in this world.
There he is.
And Ken is referencing to another comment that we had, Ken Buffington, about Puppet on a String, and that goes back to the presidency there.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got going on this morning in the news as we go right along. America mourns today. We lost 3 National Guardsmen yesterday in Idaho. A Black Hawk went down, no survivors.
I wonder what happened with that. I wonder what caused it.
It was a training mission is all I know. They haven't released, at the time that I put this together, they had not released the names of the victims. So that'll probably come out today.
Awful.
Let's see here. 2 cops have gotten their job back in Atlanta. They were accused basically of being racist. There was some teens that they pulled over and they used a stun gun on them during one of those protests. They have been reinstated. They mishandled the way they fired them, so they got their job back. So good for them.
Yeah, good for them.
So people that drink tend to get into more trouble than others.
Yeah, they do, and do some stupid things. Like, I don't know if this guy was drinking when he got this Florida tattoo in the middle of his forehead, but it looks kind of like a bad birthmark.
It does, but who would get a tattoo on their forehead?
It's crazy. Of Florida, I mean, where are you from? I don't know.
He was partaking of a few drugs at the moment and thought, hey, I need a ride home. He called the cops. Well, they come to get him, and turns out he's got a bag full of marijuana or some paraphernalia, and they gave him a ride to the jailhouse.
Yeah, they probably said, do we need to ask where you're from?
So were you a Marilyn Monroe fan?
No. I mean, I think she's interesting, you know, her life story and all that stuff's interesting. I watched the documentary, but, I mean, and she was a pretty lady.
Yeah.
She had some issues, obviously, but I wasn't a big fan. You know, some people get obsessed with stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, they are.
So, yeah.
Marilyn is one of them. And I think this lady falls in the obsessed.
Yeah.
She has bought Marilyn's home. She lives in one of them. When she was married to Joe DiMaggio, the baseball player, did I pronounce it right?
DiMaggio, yeah, I think so. You
I
said
always
it right.
come close to big words.
You did good.
But she's also had all these different surgeries to look like her. She claims that Marilyn haunts the homes and from time to time gives guests a little hug in the home. Do you believe that?
That's so weird.
Now, that's not the home where she died, but interesting.
It is weird to me that some people, I don't know if this is the same lady that was on that show with Simon Cowell, the singing show. She walked out and she was a Marilyn impersonator.
Yeah.
Looked just like
Nailed
Marilyn.
it, huh?
I mean, she looked just, it was scary how much she looked like her. I mean, it wasn't like she favors her. She looked just like her and acted like her and everything.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's the same one.
But there's
really
big
weird.
money on people who dress up as celebrities.
Yeah.
Boy, the Elvis thing, people have made money off that for years.
I know, but Elvis, I mean, I've never seen anybody that really looked just like him. You know, this lady right here, she could have
Dead
been
ringer.
a double. I mean, she looks like, it's scary because she looks like she never died.
Let's go down to the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Exit 151 off the interstate is where you're going to find them. They've been there since 1932 taking care of business. And, of course, tomorrow is fish day. Come on down. Get your fish ready there. They'll be there at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Now, they've got Carhartt jeans, a sale going on them for $20. A few of those are still left. Also, plenty of T-shirts to choose from. And, of course, the Mobucks apparel is there also. You've got all your disinfectant to keep you clean and away from all this virus stuff, wiping down things. A new style of boots from Georgia Boots has just arrived. If you need a new pair of boots, go down, ask about them. See those boots there. They've got them for you there.
Looks like alligator.
It does have that look, doesn't it? Yeah. A matter of fact, I need a new pair of boots, too. Of course, you can still get the mud boots as we get welcome in rain tonight. Maybe welcome is not the word for it.
Yeah.
But we've got Mr. Heater still for these cold winter months that are still lying ahead of us, along with all the propane bottles and, of course, deer cameras, security cameras to watch what you've got when you're not at home. SD cards or whichever way you want to do that. If you need to juice up your fields for your cows, you can go by and get you some fertilizer to take care of that. Feed and seed for those horses and cows and, of course, hogs or anything you may have. Any type of gun that you're looking for, they've got it along with scopes. And also, they're taking care of you there with these wonderful ammo. If you need some ammo, drop in and see them. Lauderdale County Farm Supply, exit 151.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
And welcome back. Damon said, what a sermon. Damon, I don't know if you mean that's good or bad of what I said a moment ago, but come from the heart. I'll say
it
that.
did. You can't get enough sermons nowadays anyway.
See how the fire.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, somebody just posted about a fire. That's Scott, about a cattle truck that was on fire at the Chunky exit yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Did they save the cattle? I didn't. Does anybody know the answer to that?
I'm not sure. I mean, I had not heard that.
And Ken Buffington said yes, they did get the cattle off the truck.
That's good. They got the trailer away from the truck, so that's good.
Yeah, I didn't. I wasn't even aware that happened yesterday afternoon. So, well,
yeah.
There you go. Anyway, I'll work on my next sermon for you and get back with you.
But seriously, I mean, you know, I could do a whole show on, like, I would love to hear. I mean, and I love to hear people's testimonies.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about, like, where you were and how you got where you are now. And because people, I mean, a lot of people have had a lot of stuff happen to them in their life.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I mean, I like to hear what really turned their lives around and, you know. So.
Now, you know, there's a lot of people. How many churches have you gone to and the guy gets up there, I done this, I smoked dope, I smoked crack. I ain't that guy.
Yeah.
I was just your normal guy who never really been in any trouble. But
Yeah.
there's different pathways for everybody. So
Right.
I'll leave it alone for today and let you get back to what you're doing. And we want to say again, thank you for being a part of what we do each and every day, for joining us. We love your comments. Always throw those out there at us. And we'll work on some more news stories for tomorrow.
Yeah, we will.
All right.
And hope you have a wonderful day.
We'll see you bright and early tomorrow.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by